You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and I need to talk to you about something that I use religiously. Anytime I'm hosting a big dinner party, I want to impress people, and I get food from some of the most iconic, famous places in the country. You know what helps me do that? Goldbelly. This amazing site where I order from all the time, where you can get all these amazing foods from all across our great country. They will ship free to your door, anywhere in the US of A. Goldbelly will ship you Philly cheesesteaks from Jim's or Pat's in Philly. I'm treating my office right now to a cheesesteak party from Pat's, courtesy of Goldbelly. And on top of that, I threw in some original buffalo wings from Anchor Bar in Buffalo. You could get Kansas City's most legendary barbecue from Goldbelly. And if the pizza near you sucks, they will ship you New York-style pizza from John's on Bleecker or Chicago deep dish pizza from Lou Malnati's. I do that all the time, or even New Haven or Detroit-style pizza. If you are truly gluttonous, though, they will ship you Guy Fieri's famous trash can nachos, which I kid you not, are the ultimate game day centerpiece. So if you're looking to host an epic Super Bowl party, or any party for that matter, go to goldbelly.com and get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code DAN. That's goldbelly.com, code DAN, for free shipping and 20% off your first order.
You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account, a friend paying you back, or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card, or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh Cashback terms apply.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Oh, yeah.
So lots of stuff is happening in the NBA as we tape right now. We'll keep interrupting what I think are thoughtful points with meaningless updates about Chris Middleton as we proceed here, I guess. Another bit of news, though. Maybe, David, you've already covered. Come on.
You said you have news. That's for you. Go ahead.
I thought there was another trade.
The NFL has a deal with Miami's own Pat Riley for the use of three-peat on merchandise if the Chiefs win. Which is, look, I think people probably know by now that Pat Riley invented the term, or at the very least, got the intellectual rights to the term. But I imagine this tickled you, David.
I don't think he should have gotten it. I think three-peat is used too often by too much that to give it all to one person. I think it was a mistake by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, but he has it.
Do you think there's a former assistant coach of Pat Riley at the time who's like, that's bullshit, man. I told him that.
And now they get nothing.
And I'm not on that.
Now, but Pat did say, thank God, he gives most of the money to charity. That's always my favorite, most. And we can all define what that means. But the NFL had to do a deal with him because I want the NFL to not use it. Just say back to back to back.
Yeah.
Fred McGriff style.
Well, David, let me ask you a question. Yeah, that's a good call from the commercial.
Again, things kids knew in the 90s.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't remember the line back to back to back, but I do remember that.
Back to back national champions.
National champs, Little League, yeah. David, you are older than everyone here today, so I'm not old enough to remember, was three-peat a thing that was said before, like in the early 80s?
No, it was 88. It was after.
No, I know when he coined it because they thought they were going to go for three in a row and then they lost to the Pistons. But I'm just saying, did he actually invent the term, or was that already a term that was being used, and then he was just first to...
He used it on stage.
Right.
So my recollection, and this is back maybe before many of you were born, I believe when they had won their back-to-back, he was on stage the way you do after a parade, and he then said, I'm sure we can find this out, he said, how about a three-peat? Remember when LeBron went to the... Was it LeBron and the Heat? Let's do four, let's do five, not one.
You nailed it. That's exactly what it was.
And how many did he go to?
It was not 5, not 6,
he
not
went
7.
to 4 in a row and then left.
He went to... No, I know.
It was not 5, not 6, not 7.
And he ended up being at 4 finals with 2 titles. I think it was a lot of premature exuberance by Riley at that time, but it's been paying off ever since.
I mean...
And we give into it. Companies give into it who are experiencing three-peats. If you're a regular company...
Yeah.
What regular company is experiencing a three-peat?
Meadowlark with The best football
Oh
podcast.
my God, yeah. We're gonna have to pay Pat Riley if Stugotz wins again, right?
You can't say, hey, it's a three-peat.
Oof.
We already built him a statue.
Put it on top of the Elser.
Not good enough.
Can you just spell Pete differently?
You know what? It's funny. I saw the patent. There's so many different iterations, like any spelling you can think of.
Trademark.
Chris.
Like, I'm going to get it. If
trademark
I
should
see
be, yeah.
Unless he
three-peat with
invented like
two
a
E's,
machine.
like, I'm going to be like, yep, got it.
P-E-E-T,
Yeah.
Rodney, Pete,
Yeah.
with an E at the end.
Sure, whatever, however you want to spell
However
it,
you
just
want to do
differently.
it. Repeat. I just think it's funny that Kansas City, no one's ever done it. That's what I'm excited about for the Super Bowl.
You're rooting for the Chiefs.
100%. I find it hard to believe that people don't want to see a three-peat because I've never seen that in my life in the Super Bowl.
But David, this is why leagues like dynasties, because it forces everyone to choose a side. Either I want to see history or I'm sick of them. I can't wait for them to lose. That's why the Yankees are great. That's why the Lakers and the Celtics are great. And that's why right now the Chiefs are great, right? The idea that something that makes everybody watching, even the casuals, feel a need to either say, oh, I want to see Taylor's boyfriend win another one, or say something like, oh, I hate that Taylor Swift. Like, it's so stupid, and yet it is the engagement that the league desires.
Do you like how Kelsey came out yesterday and said, we're not going to go through this again. I'm not retiring. I was one of the guys who thought Taylor would make him retire. Because I thought, she said, I really don't want to date someone whose head's getting bashed in. I'd like him to be able to put three sentences together to make a paragraph. So I thought he'd win it and then walk. But apparently, not only is he not doing that, he's already said, win or lose on Sunday, I'm back.
But David, you have them having deep intellectual conversations long into the night.
I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I don't yuck on other people's relationship.
It's not about their relationship yums. I don't know how much compelling conversation.
You think they're just grunting?
I mean,
Hell yeah.
At least 50%.
I have them having real conversation about life, about future, about...
I'm picturing them, like, embracing, just, like, cuddling in the bed, and she's, like, rubbing his head, like, is your head hurt? You have a headache? You don't need this.
You guys are funny. I think they're just as normal as we are.
I do that with my wife all the time. How's your head, honey? Come here.
You rub her head and say, how's your
When
head?
she has a headache?
Does she
You
have,
get the hot water bottle, and you lay it gently.
My wife does this thing when she gets a headache where she puts the sleeping mask on because she doesn't want to open her eyes. And I take, like, a nice wet cloth and I just drip it on her forehead.
yeah. Does she have the fun CTE?
I don't know.
That seems like an oxymoron.
Well, that was Andrew Hawkins. Let us know this.
There's a
fun
fun
one. There is.
CTE.
a fun CTE, yeah.
He gave approval on Dan's.
Oh, Dan was the one that came
Yeah.
up with fun CTE.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Well,
What do you love?
I love a lot. I love a lot of
what happened
things and a
there?
lot of people. I don't love fun and CTE in the same sentence.
He malfunctioned trying to say the word love.
I love.
I had my wires crossed.
Do we want to play the game? Is that a perfect segue for the host to step in and remind everybody we have a game that Chris Cody, executive producer, has prepared?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play.
Is he human?
With David Sampson.
Silly me, I thought this was the funeral game.
We played it yesterday with Diane, and it was a disaster.
Well, what they're going to figure out is for everyone else, the question we're looking for is the one that they'll say no to. For you, it's the one that they'll say yes to. Because
not a lot.
It seemed like you say no to
It's
almost
the
every single
funeral
one.
game is my favorite game to listen to and my least favorite game to play. But that is David Sampson, the star of the hit game show.
Is he human?
Chris, how does the game work?
All right, David. We have questions for you, life scenarios, and you're gonna answer it, and then we will decide as judges if you're a human or not.
Bring it.
First one. You're at lunch with a friend. Your dish arrives before theirs does. God damn it. Are you starting to eat before your dish arrives?
If it's cold, no. If it's hot, yes.
All right, I think that's a human. That's a human response. Good job, David.
I mean, begrudgingly a
I'm going to
human.
be honest.
Moving on, I'm going to read this one a little better. You're on a 4-mile hike with a friend, and they forgot their water bottle, but you have yours. Do you offer them any water?
This is a great one. This has happened. I will pour some water into the mouth of someone I'm with, and because I won't give them the bottle to drink from, even when they say I won't put my lips to it. It turns out when they try, they end up touching lip to top. So I will pour just a little bit.
Lip to top, you say?
I don't like lip to top.
Judges?
I think that's very human.
The part where you'd say, I'll pour it into your mouth, I think I'd rather you say no.
Well, how about you hand me your water bottle and I do that? I'm like,
But no, this is the move. The move is you say, I'm not feeling that well.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just like pour it in so you don't get whatever I have?
I was sick last week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Or you do what David says, which is ask the person to genuflect before you so he may pour water into your mouth from a height.
Now, that is funny because when I'm shorter than the person I'm with, I'm not going to jump on a rock to do it.
So they have to kneel?
They've got to kneel.
Wow. So it's like a
I'm not going to make the effort.
It's like a fountain in a square in Italy, right? Just a tall man doing this and a small little cherubic angel pouring water.
Not cherubic, but thank you.
Okay.
So
65 is not cherubic.
That's a no, I think, on Is He Human. I'm just going to say no on that.
All right, so
one.
we're split so far, 1-1. All right, next question. Your significant other plans a dinner with a couple you find extremely boring.
Oh.
What do you do?
I don't go.
Judges?
The human thing is to go.
I feel like Amin agrees with him a little bit.
Man, I'm with David. I find a way out.
What are you saying? What excuse are you using?
Oh man,
I don't want to go. I'm learning in my post-divorce life, honesty has taken over as a real possibility in every situation where previously it was not even contemplated. And now I try for the honesty. I don't want to go out with those people.
I've learned the exact opposite. Stop being honest. Just tell them the white lie that they want to hear.
Blame work. Be like, I got to watch this game. I work in sports. It's a weird job.
Oh, my stomach. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom again.
I now realize as the one still married person at the table, I just go.
Same.
Yeah, I think the married person lesson is sometimes you do things you don't want to do, and sometimes they do things they don't want to do.
You hear that, David?
And you find the compromise.
I do not like doing things I don't want to do.
Then, yeah, I could see why it didn't work out.
No, because I did so many things I didn't want to do for 29 years. And I eventually said I don't want to do that anymore.
It didn't work.
Exactly.
It was a great run. But wait a minute. Are you going to say that 29 years is not a good run?
This is the perfect music for this conversation.
It's a hell of a run.
I think it depends on how the run was. I didn't experience the run, so I can't say.
David, let me ask you a question.
3 great kids.
David, let me ask you a question
good.
because this
That's
happens
good
to a lot of athletes, right? That they're married, and part of what keeps the marriage together is half the time I'm not here. And then when they retire, a lot of the conflict happens and
they gotta go to these boring ass dinners.
It's the empty nest thing.
Yep.
You have your kids to deal with, and all of a sudden that's the time. Majority of divorce is either after the year or after the empty nest. That's the majority. The itch is the 7. That's different. Because when the kids disappear, you realize, oh my God, now what are we gonna do?
All of our interactions are it's one-on-one now. There's no buffer.
I feel like I'm at divorce counseling right now, as in people are saying you should probably get divorced. What's next?
Moving on. David, you get asked to watch a close friend's 2 kids for 3 hours. What do you say?
Crazy.
They're in a jam. They're in a pickle.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
A close friend.
How old are the kids?
That's a big one.
4 and 8.
No. I have watched
They're
a
potty
kid.
trained. They're potty trained.
No. But then I'm a no. I've watched a kid who's under 3 months old because I can do that very well. I'm really good at changing diapers, and they don't move. So I can go about my day. And when you put a kid who can't crawl or turn over, you can just keep them where they are, and you can go away for a minute and come back, and they haven't moved. Once they start to crawl or roll over, you have to watch them. You can't even shower.
All right, not a human. Moving on.
That is totally human.
2 words, Disney Plus. Just turn it on and walk away. They're fine.
I'm not watching those kids.
Thank you.
Moving on. David, when's the last time you ate at a buffet of any kind?
Good question.
Terrible question. When's the last time any of us have eaten at a buffet?
All the time.
Hotel breakfasts.
Come on.
Constantly.
Love a buffet.
I guess that counts.
I will tell you exactly when. There are great breakfast buffets in Tokyo hotels, like really, really good if you've ever been. And you can go there, and it comes with the room. But
did we outlast the music?
You have to be in Japan.
Thank you.
Because they're so clean.
That's how it works.
And there's no...
You will
it's not
only
like a
eat
Vegas
at a buffet in a country with 0 visible unhoused people.
Oh, it's not about homeless people. It's about garbage. It's about cleanliness. It's about no shaking.
You're eating at the cleanest city in
I always think
the
of that
world.
one cult in Oregon that put listeria in the salad bar, and like, what if some freak accident happened and someone just like put a little drip of some bacteria in the salad bar? It happened one time, and I saw it in a Netflix documentary.
Are you anti-buffet?
No, I'm pro. I eat buffets all the time. But I feel like I'm rolling the dice every time.
Are you anti-Kool-Aid? Because one time the Kool-Aid was such that it poisoned all those...
No, but I do think about it. I'm
I did.
just saying. It
Every
just
time you have
comes
some
to mind
Kool-Aid?
When I think about Kool-Aid, I'm
You're
like,
like,
I think about the
Jonestown.
cult. Yeah. Terrible thing.
When I put on my Nikes and I think about the Hail Bop comment.
So judges on that one, what do we think?
I think we're realizing we're kind of more like David Sampson than we all realize. Also,
If you don't like kids and germs, you're halfway there.
right.
Yes.
Final question.
Simple rules.
David, you get invited to go to the zoo with friends. Do you go?
No.
Not a human. Who doesn't love a zoo?
I love the zoo.
You just don't like the zoo? Is that the...
Ever since I went on a safari, I've never been back to a zoo.
Oh, it's beneath you now.
Well,
it's just you've experienced the joys.
I also don't want to be out of control of a situation where I don't go anywhere with friends and their family because I don't want to be trapped. Or if I do, I take my own car. I always have to have an exit strategy from any position I'm in. So the answer is I wouldn't go to a zoo where, like in one car, where, oh my God, are you done with the monkey exhibit?
I'm just picturing David on one of those like 6 people bike things at the zoo where they're all like pedaling around. Come on, guys, let's go see the hippo.
I did a lot of that with my kids, Chris.
I don't believe you.
I did.
They have adult nights at the zoo now,
Oh,
right?
they
Where they
do.
serve like wine and stuff, and you go with your friends, and it's like it's a cool night out. That's not a bar or something. It's fun.
It reminds me we should get Ron on the show to talk about those vultures. Speaking of
Those
zoos.
are insane. Have you stayed in a room at the Elster where they come to your balcony?
Turkey vultures.
Dude,
That's what we're
I
saying.
posted on Instagram the night before I fell and chipped my tooth. There was a massive vulture on the balcony, and it just kept staring at me.
Should have known.
Ooh, guys, spitball idea here. No bad ideas. What do you think tomorrow we set up a Zoom camera on one of the balconies, we put a little food out there, and we just keep a live feed of it going throughout the whole show, and we check in.
Go up to the top floor of the Elster. You don't need food. They will come. I switched rooms. They thought, oh, David Sampson, you come here a lot. Let's put you on the top floor like a VIP. I walked in the room. I looked at all of the white... it's really urine. It's not bird poop. I think it's actually urine.
Let's really find out what this is. Go ahead.
But those birds come to your balcony. You can't go on your balcony.
I say we do a science experiment. We put food
I'm
out
with
there
Chris.
for an hour.
I'm with
see
Chris.
what happens, and then maybe we put Ethan out there for an hour.
I want Ethan holding a turkey vulture on his arm like a falconer.
You've got Ethan holding the vulture. I've got the vulture grabbing little Ethan and flying off with him.
Talk about the numbies that would get. Just
Talk
all of a
about
sudden,
the
little
lawsuit
Ethan and
that
his...
would get wrongful death.
Good executive
Don't
producer.
take Gabe. Not Gabe.
Who in the office is most likely to be carried away by a vulture? I had David. I had Samson.
It's gotta be David.
David Sampson or Ethan.
I would assume I'm amongst the lightest.
I think Ethan's lighter than you.
Ethan's
Can bring Ethan in here.
He might be a little taller.
All right, when Ron is on the phone, we're going to bring Ethan in here. We're going to ask Ron which of these two people is most likely to be carried away by a turkey vulture.
He's 140, Ethan.
I got him.
Really?
All right,
137.
Save this debate.
Wow.
Save this debate. I think the game is done, probably.
Although after last night, maybe 139.
A lot of stone crab.
We're going to go for the visual bit of them standing next to each other and Ron saying which one would get picked.
That's
How
right.
tall is he?
I don't know.
More than 65?
Inches. You do this inches thing. 5'6".
He's 66 inches. He's got me. That's it.
Dude, it's
Oh,
insane.
man.
It was like just to sit there and look at like a harbinger of doom staring at me in the eye. And then I said, you know what? Maybe I'll just walk away and then it'll fly off because it's just taking. Nope. Sucker was out there for like 20 minutes.
And you didn't switch rooms?
No. I just didn't open. Like someone said, why don't you like go out there and kind of shoo it away? I'm like, I'm not opening the door. What if it gets inside?
You die.
And the very next day,
And then the next day I fell and chipped my tooth.
That turkey stole your tooth.
It was the turkey. Saw with a trench coat and a hat on.
Friends, it's Jer Bear, and you know that I'm obviously a bit of the romantic type, and Valentine's Day is coming up. And for me, there's only one place that I trust. 1-800-Flowers.com. Every year, I order stunning, high-quality bouquets from 1-800-Flowers that my wife absolutely loves. And this year, I'm partnering with 1-800-Flowers to make sure you're a Valentine's hero with an exclusive offer for my listeners. Double the roses for free. When you buy 1 dozen, they'll double your bouquet to 2 dozen roses. It's the perfect way to say, I love you, without breaking the bank. Trust me, 1-800-Flowers always delivers. In the Batard studios, we received a beautiful arrangement of long stem red roses, accompanied in an hourglass red vase. They're timeless, luxurious, and romantic. A must-have this Valentine's Day. And seeing and smelling the freshness of that bouquet as I walk into work every day has me prepared for any hate that Dan may throw my way. To claim your Double Your Roses offer, go to 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account. A friend paying you back. Or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card. Or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh cashback terms apply.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and I need to talk to you about something that I use religiously. Anytime I'm hosting a big dinner party, I want to impress people, and I get food from some of the most iconic, famous places in the country. You know what helps me do that? Goldbelly. This amazing site where I order from all the time, where you can get all these amazing foods from all across our great country. They will ship free to your door, anywhere in the US of A. Goldbelly will ship you Philly cheesesteaks from Jim's or Pat's in Philly. I'm treating my office right now to a cheesesteak party from Pat's, courtesy of Goldbelly. And on top of that, I threw in some original buffalo wings from Anchor Bar in Buffalo. You could get Kansas City's most legendary barbecue from Goldbelly. And if the pizza near you sucks, they will ship you New York style pizza from John's on Bleecker or Chicago deep dish pizza from Lou Malnati's. I do that all the time, or even New Haven or Detroit style pizza. If you are truly gluttonous though, they will ship you Guy Fieri's famous trash can nachos, which I kid you not are the ultimate game day centerpiece. So if you're looking to host an epic Super Bowl party or any party for that matter, go to goldbelly.com and get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code Dan. That's goldbelly.com, code Dan, for free shipping and 20% off your first order.
Dan Le Batard.
You getting started on the breakfast flan?
Oh man, I've been singing a song to myself all morning long. Breakfast flan.
Stugotz.
Have you never heard the breakfast flan song?
Hit me with it.
Okay. I wish I had some breakfast flan. Breakfast flan. Where can I find a breakfast like that?
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I have an issue with buildings where there's supposed to be some sort of correlation between what floor you're on and how sort of unique and how upscale it is to be on a high floor.
Because they
That's
get
a
more
big New York
expensive
thing.
as you go higher, in New York at least.
It should be the opposite here. I've stayed at this hotel. I don't want to be on the freaking 40th floor. It's terrifying to be on the balcony.
So in theory, it's supposed to be more expensive, and that's what they do. And I've always viewed it the opposite, that I get scared up high,
Same.
and I ask for the lower floors.
Also, you have to wait so long for the elevator.
Let me get that 17.
You know what I love? I love the idea that both of you two, it's like, oh, being up there, it's too scary on the balcony. You go up to the room and it's like, should I stay in my room? Nope. Gotta see what this balcony's about. Oh my God, that's a far way down there. Oh, whoa! Like, you can just not go on the balcony. You can just stay in the room.
Do you picture yourself falling?
Of course.
Yeah.
I have to look down. Like,
Yeah,
I have to.
you gotta get. You feel those jelly legs.
Yeah.
It's totally normal. It's meant to make me feel abnormal that I have these feelings, but I do get the jelly legs. I do have the vision.
Who? When you say it is meant to, that's a very third-person way of describing what something else is doing to you. Who is doing that to you?
Well, you guys, that's what you do. That's your bit. Are you, whenever I'm on any balcony, I keep my hand on the door. Again, I don't know if I'm the only one.
You don't get locked out?
Because
so I'm
the
grounded.
vulture might come.
No, it's just so I'm grounded.
I have a massive fear of heights too, so I relate to this. But I don't know that I go as far as holding on to the door the entire time. But that also depends on the size of the balcony.
The balconies at the Elser are not big.
No, they are. They're very narrow.
There's no room for furniture. So I feel as though you have to have your hand on the door.
I don't know. I mean, I'm like, these things don't impact me, I think, like other people.
But that's because you know how you're going to die.
I was going to say, this all goes back to Amin having a dream about his own death.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really
prophecy.
compare human experiences with that.
What was it? I'm sorry.
You don't know
fill
this?
me in?
Yeah, I'm going to die in a car crash. Yeah. So, but that means anytime I'm on a plane or anything like that, everyone's freaking out. I'm like, I always say, don't worry. That's not how I go out. I reassure everybody.
And when you get into a car, do you say, holy shit?
Dude, I was thinking about that literally on the Uber ride from the airport today. I was like, strangely, I'm less terrified when someone else is driving. When I'm driving, I think about it constantly.
Because in the dream, you're the driver.
Am I the driver? I don't know. I can't remember.
That's an important note.
But I know I feel a great amount of fear when I'm driving.
Have you noticed friends that are like, oh, I'm going to catch the next one? Like when you're like, I'm going to go get an Uber, and they're like, I'll meet you there. I got to go upstairs and go to the bathroom first. You go ahead. By the way, we have a video, an update from Stugotz. Stugotz and Billy are at Radio Row. He's talking to Cam Jordan.
Oh, we have an update from New Orleans.
And I'm being told the Old Spice guy. I don't know what's in this, but it's apparently a funny video. Here you go.
Listen to me. I love you.
I appreciate you.
No, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, man. Okay. Okay. There's not enough.
I was feeling left out.
We're not spreading enough love in the world right now, and I want to spend my week telling people that I love them. So I love both of you guys.
I appreciate it. And I love you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're going
to
be very intrepid about the usage of love.
I think he's overusing
I
it,
deeply enjoy your company.
I love you. I don't care what you feel. I don't care how you feel about me, sir.
Hell yeah. Let me just say this to you down there.
Yes.
I love you.
Hey, I love you, Old Spice
Did you say it to me?
It's catching hold. I love you too.
This is great.
I have deep affection for everybody.
Yeah.
But will retain my love for the ones that I truly love.
Cam,
Damn it.
the love is growing.
The fact that I'm carrying you with me shows you how much I care for you.
So a lot of love. A lot of love at Radio Row.
I don't like Billy leaning in the way he was leaning in. I thought that he was critically ill. We went through this yesterday. Now he's on air doing his job, which is great, having recovered from being...
Wait, what are you mad at?
That video appeared to me as though Billy was, instead of facing out, he was facing toward the guest while talking. I assume you all noticed that. Right there.
Yeah.
When you are sick with norovirus or whatever it is that he had, don't you think you ought to be speaking straight ahead?
Yeah, but first of all, the idea that germs are like, can't make a left. I'm just going to go straight here if he talks. But Billy missed the whole day and got medication. Like, he was told by a doctor, you take this 24 hours later, you won't be contagious. So that's what.
What, Dr. Seuss?
And that's
antibiotics take 48 to 72 hours to kick in.
Okay.
I'd like to not be sued by the Old Spice guy. So let's maybe just keep our theories about
for non-disclosure of norovirus. I'm just saying that
I don't think any of us have a firm grasp on what's currently legal right
And is
now.
Billy wearing the same shirt as he is behind us?
He sure is.
Can we go back to that video?
Yep.
Is there a chance that that's the shirt that I'm looking at? No.
It looks the same.
It feels the same, but I don't think
It
is
looks
the same.
like a shirt out of the collection of that guy whose shirt you were
Dan
wearing.
flashes.
Is that Kyle Brandt behind Billy?
The more intricate the
sloppy
design, the
steaks.
more expensive the shirt.
What was the name of the guy who designed that shirt?
Robert Graham.
Robert Graham.
No one's ever heard of Robert Graham?
Tim Robinson.
I'm a little shocked at
RG1.
without his own show.
I'm glad that the Old Spice guy stayed in character, which I guess that's what he's paid to do.
I love you. Thank you.
The Old Spice guy was seeing Jake from State Farm.
He got cupped.
Glow up and was like, I need a...
Did you notice that?
What
Old
happened?
Spice guy?
What happened?
Again, I noticed it on the video. Did anyone not see it?
He got what?
Go on.
Do you know what cupped is?
Oh,
I thought you said something
the
else.
circles on him. He had
Yes.
circles on him. I didn't notice that.
So I don't. I guess we should go back to him, and maybe I saw it wrong, but
I thought you were saying a different word.
Yeah, we all heard
Cups?
something else.
You cupped with a P is what you said.
I
heard a
It's
different.
a different
we
kind
all
of,
heard-
different kind of spice.
I think that's a cup mark.
I think that's a shadow of his microphone.
Yeah, that's the shadow of a microphone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's very
This
circular.
man's whole gig is having flawless skin and being muscular. And
Right? Like,
having a
why would
deep
he
voice.
cup himself prior to Super Bowl Radio
He
Row?
is shirtless for the audio audience, I guess. We
Just
should also
strange.
This is
point
a
that
very
out.
Radio Rowy clip. There's a product placement. There's a, what is that? There's a train going over us right
How is
now.
that possible?
I took my headphones off to be like, is there a plane?
As a New Yorker, that's not a great sound.
Look.
That was horrifying.
I don't like downtown Miami. I'm just going to throw that out
Let me
there.
tell you something. Beats the hell out of South Beach.
That's true.
Boy, have you guys?
Granted, there are vultures and questions
turkey
about
vultures.
whether
Healthy
something
ones.
is
I
happening
don't understand
that
how we
real
just
estate
heard
vultures
a
as well,
plane like that. So the
that feels
sound
like a
of
Miami
a
problem, not a this
earthquake.
building problem.
The sound of an earthquake is the sound of a train. If you've ever been in an earthquake, it sounds as though a train is coming into your room when you're in an earthquake. The sound of this, Wait, you guys are making this up, right?
No, that's a plane. It's just a plane.
They can't come this often.
No, that's not a plane, Chris. That's something in the air ducts. I don't know what, but something.
So I would have sworn
Perhaps
it
a
was a
spirit.
plane, but now I'm open to the idea that it's a ghost.
Oh, let's go back.
Maybe
to the,
Dan's hungry.
to the. That's the stomach rumbling.
I lost my train of thought. I'm very sorry, but that scared me.
I wanted to.
Don't worry, we were just making fun of your shirt.
The Miami Beach has come out with an ad campaign actively telling people not to come to spring break.
We've done this for a couple of years.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, a couple of years.
The
they've
one
been
where
doing
it looks like a reality show. Because I'm watching this. Looks like the worst show ever, and then I realized, oh no, this isn't a show. This is an ad, and I thought to myself, wow, how many places in the world advertise "Do not come here"?
It's a cyclical thing. If you live down here, you agree with this. If you live on Miami Beach, I came down to Fort Lauderdale as a spring breaker way back in the 80s.
What was that like?
It was fantastic, but not for people who live there.
Hot water bottles as far as the eye could see.
No.
Napoleon.
Well, I think the local business owners, though, don't. So I guess it's mixed. Some of them do like it. Some of them lose a lot of business now.
It's a bit of an issue that they increased the parking to $100 so no one can park, no
South
one can
of
afford to.
23rd Street, I think.
Which
yeah.
is crazy. But it's like when Ultra comes to town, the people who live right around here, they leave. They don't want to be around for that type of festival, but the people who go to it are super happy and high and loving it. So I'm completely in favor of what Miami Beach is doing. They've done it for an economic reason, and they've said that it's better not to have these spring breakers.
But I guess my question is still, how many places on earth have ad campaigns actively telling people don't come here?
I don't think it's the same shirt. We're putting this up now, not to interrupt you, but I think it's a different shirt.
Different shirt.
It is a different shirt.
Judge's rule.
But it's the
different shirt.
same. I bet you it's the same make.
Damn flashes.
They're both loud.
No, I'm saying the same designer.
Oh, the brand's loud.
Is that a brand?
No, I was kidding. It's just a loud
Okay,
shirt.
thank you, Chris. Can we find out what brand that is? Does he have a deal?
I'm currently Googling Robert Graham.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Billy does not have a wardrobe deal.
He does not? Okay.
I would think this might have been like a 4-pack situation.
The
from, like,
Costco
Amazon.
4-pack undies? Is that what he comes
No,
in
that's not.
shirts?
It's not criticizing the quality, but if I know Billy, he's looking for a bargain, and so he's gonna find. All right, I like the way that shirt fits. Let me get 4 of them.
Well, Damn Flashes is a very aggressive brand, though, so you got to keep that in mind.
Can I give you the Wikipedia note under popular culture, a subsection on the Robert Graham page that I just located? This is the shirt that David Sampson was blaming us for not appreciating. American Idol judge Randy Jackson frequently wears Robert Graham shirts on the show. And the contrasting shirt cuffs have been closely identified with the character Cameron Tucker from the television show Modern Family. So just to give you a sense visually
It's
of what
gonna
that
be a
might
no
be
for me,
like.
dog.
Yeah. You walk by a store and you see 50 guys who look like, just like me, fighting over very complicated shirts. You go in. Yes, you do. You go in.
It's
damn flashes.
David has no idea what's happening at this point.
I'm not going to be embarrassed about shirts that I like. I like designs. I wore one last night.
I know you did.
And I think I look better than your windbreaker, your members-only windbreaker.
I think my windbreaker looks great.
They have a shirt there that costs $2,000 because it's so complicated.
That's not the shirts I buy. Those are limited edition, very unique pieces.
Oh, man.
I'm hearing just Dominique in the back of my head yelling at me to take over the show, and I've been ignoring it for a while. And I finally want to get to a story that I brought in early this morning to Chris. Because a lot of people got in my mentions over the last couple of days about a breaking news story of its own.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to get home. And I made a wrong turn. Okay? And clearly, we would just like to get our car off of the train track.
It's
which
true.
we were
I
not
can
trying to be
confirm.
on. But that's why I had to get you out of the car. Okay? Because I hear spinning tires. I hear slurred speech from you. You're driving on train tracks. I'm not slurring anything. And I'm... Okay. I'm letting you know. I have concerns. Okay?
Well,
For your
I
level of
appreciate
impairment
that.
Driving a vehicle. I can't let you back behind the car and drive a vehicle.
I appreciate your concerns.
Yeah, I don't want.
But
you to get
I
hurt.
am not inebriated. I'm not anything that cannot drive home.
904640.
The thing is,
my job is to keep everybody safe.
I'm not familiar with this area. I made a right. I thought I was making a right onto the highway. I made a right onto the train track.
Where did you turn at, man?
I wish I could tell you, but
I'm glad we blurred out the cop faces.
And you missed the best part of the video.
Wait, hold on. I want to
Unless
set up.
I didn't
I
hear
need
it.
to set up the visuals. This is Michael Jordan's son, as
is that who that was?
As he had noted, Marcus Jordan, standing in front of his luxury automobile, which was pointed the wrong way, literally on a bed of cartoon train tracks. And that is where the police found him, thanks to this body camera video, which is a fraught concept, but very useful for content, it turns out, on a day like today. David, what was your objection?
My objection is that there's a rule that you're told as a celebrity or as a child of a celebrity. It's a very simple rule. You do
Did
not,
Alan Alda
when you're,
teach you this?
When you're pulled over, Vince Namoli did. Anybody? Vince Namoli, former owner of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Vince Namoli got pulled over in Tampa and said, "Do you know who I am? I am the owner of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays." And he then got summarily not let off.
Yeah,
We played the portion where he dropped the name. I don't know if you didn't hear it.
So I missed that.
Yeah, it was
so
at the very
Vince
beginning.
Namoli came to an owners
Good
meeting
listening.
after that and said, "Hey, here's a lesson. Don't ever say that." And so that is what is taught, like in owners meetings, the first time you get the handbook, like you never talk about.
The guy who tried to
guy.
do this and didn't get away with it said, pro tip,
don't do that.
The real question is, how do I let them know that I'm Michael Jordan's son without saying it?
You just give the ID and you hope that they make the connection.
If you have to say it, you're not famous enough to talk your way out.
Bang.
I think that is unfortunately the rule, David. I think Jess has articulated it well.
Earlier, I told you guys the story about how I got in by just,
Oh no, we're winding back around to that.
There's a flip side to that coin, which was later that week, trying to get in somewhere, and the bouncer, I say, "Yeah, it's just me and my buddy," and he looks at me and he's like, "And you are?" And I say, "Come on, man."
Shot some finger guns at him.
Like, yeah, man, I'm on Sports Nation, whatever. And he looks at me and he
You
says,
started giving him an A block worthy take.
"Oh, well, I'm just I just put out the chum so that he said, 'Oh man, what do you think is gonna happen when?'" And he looks me up and down and says, "I watch ESPN every single day of my life, and I ain't never seen your ass." And a bolt of lightning came from the sky and hit me. And everything just, and I was like, I started stuttering, and I knew I lost it right there. And I tried to be like,
I am.
And you turned around and walked away?
That's so uncomfortable.
Luckily, someone I knew was walking in like, he's good, but not.
That's good timing.
No, it's bad timing. I needed it before he said it loud in front of everybody. And I started stuttering and stumbling, and instantly all the mask of celebrity and cool that I had was gone.
Can you help me? Is this the Jordan who was with Scottie Pippen's
Yes.
wife?
Okay.
Was he with Scottie Pippen? There's a woman.
So
in the video.
they've the saga.
That's gone?
So Marcus and Larsa Pippen were guests on my show. I was called in a headline in the New York Post, miserable by them for casting aspersions upon their relationship. So the reason people keep on getting in my mentions about this is because I am the foremost journalistic authority on Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen, who have since broken up. And so this is
with someone else.
This is a thing. A woman who is not Larsa Pippen, definitively.
Do you know that for sure from the video?
Yes, I've examined the fuller tape. We had to cut that down. There's more. But I don't take a special pleasure in watching that video. I just think that he's checking every box on funny thing a vaguely notable person would do if their car was on a train track. It's
He
like
said inebriated.
It's cartoon shit.
You're not supposed to say that
If I may, I think generally this makes me sad. However, it does remind me of the best Reno 911 clip of all time, which is the drunk DUI stop where the officer and the drunk guy are doing a dance routine, and then at the end he says that he's drunk. But
he gets him as like,
she's like, "Are you a dancer?" And he's like, "No, I'm just drunk." And she's like,
Jess, that video, I knew Twitter X was cooked when I saw videos about police misconduct, like highlight montages, include that clip.
Come on.
No, please stop.
Absolutely. This has been recirculated as actual body cam footage in lots. And again, am I revealing that I also click on those montages? Perhaps.
But then you get more of them, according to the algorithm.
Look, we're not our clicks.
You are.
We are not. This is a belief. This is a take I have. We are not our clicks.
Really? Say that again.
We are not our clicks.
Yes. You hear that, Zach Harper?
Our true preferences are not expressed by what we click on. We just happen to click on them sometimes.
Well, the algorithm's not like, ooh, you must really love and agree with this. The algorithm's like, ooh, here's him spending more time on this type of content. I'm just going to keep feeding it to him, spoon feeding it over and over and over.
I am being preyed upon like an animal being picked apart by a vulture, by the algorithms.
Turkey vulture.
By the way, I want to find out what Ron McGill's For You page is like, and I want to get him on the phone to talk about these vultures after the break. Professional.
Friends, it's Jer Bear, and you know that I'm obviously a bit of the romantic type, and Valentine's Day is coming up. And for me, there's only one place that I trust: 1-800-Flowers.com. Every year, I order stunning, high-quality bouquets from 1-800-Flowers that my wife absolutely loves. And this year, I'm partnering with 1-800-Flowers to make sure you're a Valentine's hero with an exclusive offer for my listeners. Double the roses for free. When you buy 1 dozen, they'll double your bouquet to 2 dozen roses. It's the perfect way to say, I love you, without breaking the bank. Trust me, 1-800-Flowers always delivers. In the Batard studios, we received a beautiful arrangement of long stem red roses, accompanied in an hourglass red vase. They're timeless, luxurious, and romantic. A must-have this Valentine's Day. And seeing and smelling the freshness of that bouquet as I walk into work every day has me prepared for any hate that Dan may throw my way. To claim your Double Your Roses offer, go to 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan. It is Big Game Week, and I've got just the thing to make your big game time a Miller time. From fireside conversations to football Sundays, winter means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer. A new year is a perfect time for friends, family, and great tasting light beer. Tastes like Miller time. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. It hits different than other light beers, so when you're hosting your ultimate game day party, why don't you bring out a beautiful silver platter of that amazing white can and know you will make everybody there happy, because Miller Lite is the original light beer since 1975 and still the very best one. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.